Welcome to Real Civil YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see the internal structure of the earth. So this is our lecture under earthquake engineering. So first of all, here we can see the picture of the earth, and this is not uniform throughout. It is divided into different layers. As you can see in this picture, there are different layers. These layers we have made based on their properties. Okay, so as we know that radius of earth is 6378.1 kilometer, so all these layers are divided into some kilometers. So basically if you see layers, there are three main layers. First one is the crust, second one is the mantle, and third one is the core. And these layers are again divided into some other layers. Okay, like crust is divided into, or it is consist of continental crust, means land masses, like where we exist, life exists. And oceanic crust means oceans. Okay, so our crust consists of continental crust and oceanic crust. Continental crust means a land mass. We will discuss in the coming slides. Then oceanic crust, mantle, upper mantle, lower mantle, whereas core is divided into inner core and outer core. Now let's see crust. So it is the topmost layer of the earth. We will see the picture. It is the topmost layer. It consists of land masses and oceans. Okay, now here I would like to ask you few questions. What is the tallest mountain, and what is the height, and what is the deepest location on the earth? Okay, now here the answers are: tallest mountain is Mount Everest, which is here 8849 meter. Sorry, here I have written kilometer, it is in meter. And deepest location on the earth is Mariana Trench, which is also 10,994 meter. Okay, so from this two you can uh, guess the thickness of the crust. So here you can see the crust is having 0 to 100 kilometer thick. Okay, so it consists of mountains as well as oceans. Okay, so this is the outermost layer, crust. Generally the thickness varies from 0 to 100 kilometer. As we know that oceans are empty, they are empty cavity. That's why if you go down the oceans, and just after 5 to 30 kilometer you will enter into the mantle. So this is crust. The thickness of the crust is 5 to 30 kilometer under oceanic crust. And continental crust, as we know that on continents land masses are there, mountains are there. That's why the average thickness is more. It is around 70 to 100 kilometer. Okay, that is the basic difference. Oceans are empty, hence the thickness of the crust below ocean is 5 to 30 kilometer. For continental crust, it is 70 to 100 kilometer, because it consists of land masses as well as the mountains. So thickness varies. It consists of only 0.5 to 1% of the Earth's volume. So crust is consisting only 1% volume, and mass also only 1%. If you consider the mass of entire Earth, then crust is contributing only 1%. The average density of the crust is 2.7 gram per cm cube. Temperature generally varies from 200 to 400 degrees Celsius. And here the crust is rich in silica aluminum. Also it is called as Sial. And the silica magnesium mostly found in oceanic crust. So we called it as a SEMA. So here again you can see this is the crust. Here you can see as oceans are empty, that means here only 5 to 30 kilometer distance is there, but here on the land, that is continents, the average thickness is more. Okay, now let's move towards the second layer of the earth called as mantle. The thickness of mantle is 2900 kilometer. It consists of 83% of the earth's volume and 67% of the earth's mass. So it is major part. If you see, the density of the upper mantle is 2.9 to 3.3 gram per cm cube, and for lower mantle it is 3.3 to 5.7. As we go down, the density goes on increasing. It is also rich in silica magnesium, also called as SEMA. The temperature, average temperature is 2200 degrees Celsius. Here, very important, lithosphere. So lithosphere consists of crust and upper mantle or solid portion of the upper mantle. Okay, so together this layer we called it the lithosphere. Very important, because in upcoming lecture we are going to discuss the causes of earthquake. So this layer you need to know. So this layer is nothing but the crust plus solid portion of the upper mantle. So we know that first there is a crust, then there is a upper mantle, and then lower mantle. So this crust plus some solid portion of the upper mantle, together we call this as a lithosphere. Then below this there is a mesosphere. That mesosphere is soft plastic, means it is a semi-solid. It is semi-solid. Okay, below the below lithosphere there is a asthenosphere, and below that there is a mesosphere. So asthenosphere is a soft plastic. It is in semi-solid state. Lithosphere is brittle in nature. So here once again the things will get clear. So here you can see this portion is lithosphere, means here you can see this portion is called as lithosphere. So this is consist of crust plus solid part of upper mantle. Okay, below this there is a asthenosphere which is semi-solid in nature. Okay, so this is how the earth's interior is divided. And finally the last is core. The outer core is in liquid state, whereas inner core is in the solid state. The reason is inner core is in solid state because there is a huge pressure, and because of that pressure the inner core is in solid state and outer core is in liquid state. Thickness of outer core is 2300 kilometer, whereas inner core is 1200 kilometer, and total is 3500 kilometer. It is rich in nickel and iron. So it is also known as NIFE, knife. Temperature, outer core is 4500 to 5000 degrees Celsius, whereas inner core is very hot, 5000 to 7000 degrees Celsius. But this is in solid because of huge pressure, and this is in liquid state. So here you can see different spheres. As we know that lithosphere is the first one, which consists of crust plus solid portion of the upper mantle. So this is lithosphere. Then there is a asthenosphere that is in somewhat semi-solid. Then below it is mesosphere, goes up to outer core, and from outer core to inner core there is barysphere. And then different discontinuities are there. Bohr's discontinuity, then here Repeti discontinuity, Guttensberg discontinuity, and Lehmann's discontinuity. Then again this is rich in Cl, silica aluminum, this rich in silica magnesium, and this is rich in nickel and iron. So this is how the Earth's interior looks like. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe the Real Civil YouTube channel. Thank you so much.